Good evening to everyone for wonderful gathering for the Arunai STEM program 21.0. I take immense pleasure to invite our Vice Chairman Engineer 𝑒𝑉 Kumaran sir, our respected Registered Dr. 𝑟.𝙤𝙧𝙨 sir, our respected and motivated principal, and all faculties and my dear students. So this program is a consecutive program which is run by the Department of Computer Science Engineering in association with Computer Society of India, Mumbai chapter, to make a progressive on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So this program is giving an opportunity for the faculties and students to make their learning and as well as the teaching process to be in the good manner, and as well as make a part of a program of a faculty and students can enrich their communication skill. So this program is providing that platform from the pandemic situation, and we have been progressively running this program every month in the end of the month. So I think this STEM program is been giving an opportunity for the Arunai Asians, that giving a good opportunity for the students and progressively make this program. And we have identified different kinds of topics in the different technology aspects. So that's make the students to be enlightened, and also giving an opportunity for the faculties to know the strength of learning process, and giving an opportunity how the teaching learning process can able to take into an effective manner. So this program is giving that root cause. So I welcome all the participants on today's session to make the progressive one. Thank you.
Good evening to one and all. And the director and the register and dear principal and department HOD at computer science department, dear faculty members and students and dear friends. Good evening to one and all. Welcome to the session for Technical Plus System 21.0. This smart learning conducted by Arunai Engineering College. I am Jothish Kumar, final B section, Computer Science Department at studying Arunai Engineering College. So we have to take over the session for the fog computing. You guys all about fog computing as well as the cloud computing. This is our table of comfort and the introduce for the fog computing. So introduction for our cloud computing. What is cloud computing as well as for the fog computing? As a main, we take over for the main part of cloud computing. Cloud computing is a decentralized computing infrastructure in which data, compute, storage, and applications are located somewhere between the data source and the cloud. Likely, edge computing fog computing brings the advantage and the power of cloud closer to where the data is created and acted upon. So the technology that extended cloud computing and service to the edge of the network in data as compute and storage as well as application service to user like cloud. This is the technology emerging that used based on the Internet of Things and the existing system. See, high-speed interactive applications and low latency required surrounding applications. Moreover, distributed control system in large scale is and by offering their customers to range of computer service and then efficient alternative to owning the managed and private data centers for customer-facing web applications. So the proposed system of an fog computing. So fog devices are generally geographically distributed over heterogeneous platform. So moreover, see the diagram. So, I think it's normal up to cover this diagram. And then interactive innovative proposal that facilitates services mobilities across the platform and the technologies that prevents end-to-end user and the security and privacy across the domain. And then the securing cloud with fog. See, the profile has been well known as technique that can be applied for the various cloud domains and also platforms. It simply uses specific features to detect abnormal cloud access based, because some people have easily crack and hack the cloud computing in which anywhere in time, but the normal user behaves can be continuously checked to determine whether the abnormal access to user information or accessing. This is a best example for fraud detection applications. So videos comes under later. So this is our architecture for fog computing. These are all the devices of fog computing. That devices are encouraged to the fog devices and connected to the server and also devices servers. See, these devices and servers are in a sequentially connected with the processor individually, and the monitoring to resource manager and the security purpose, it's also merging. It can be developed applications. That applications will be hand over to the end user. That end user adopts the every data and collections. These comes under the cloud computing, but manipulate and managing the fog computing. See, and moreover, the security issues is one of the impact of the cloud to fog. One of the major security issues faced by fog computing is the authentication of a resource network between the end user and the fog platform. This can be stopped by intrusion detection technique and overlooking the changes in each smart meters and smart appliances as an IP address to be overcome with across. And moreover, the smart meters installed and gateway to the level of gateway as security issues or authentication of different levels. And see, this is one of the biggest example for this attack. See, man in middle attack. Man in middle attack is a general term for when a perpetrator position himself in a conversation between a end user and an applications, either to evolve drop or to improportional to one of the parties, making it appear as if a normal exchange of information is underway. So fog devices may be compromised or replaced by fake ones. See, applications of fog computing. Connected cars. Connected cars is a self-driven or self-autonomous cars are now available in the market, and their product has produced a large amount of data. And then this real-time infrastructure and this interaction will be make communication between cars and access point and traffic lights as safe as efficient as possible. And then smart grid for efficient running of a system. Utility system are using to the real-time data, which would work cooperation with the cloud. And the advantages of cloud fog computing: it processed selected data locally instead of sending them to cloud for processing. It can be saved network bandwidth, and it reduced latency of requirement, and hence quickly decision can be made. And is provide improved quality of services and the real-time applications. The geographical distribution and support for mobilities, proxy to the end user. The privacy issues. The existing security and privacy measurement for cloud computing cannot be directly applied to the fog computing due to its features such as mobility, heterogeneous and heterogeneity, and large-scale geo distributions. And also, so fog computing is a security issues and overcome with them for authentication, data protection, trust, privacy, and intrusion detection, and also access control. We have to check the previous demo video also. Smith.
120 Academy, where we take difficult to understand technologies and break them down in 100 seconds. In this video, you're going to learn what fog computing means. So let's dive right in. What is fog computing? We hear this question a lot. Most of the time, the answer is vague and complex. But don't worry, today you'll get a simple and fast explanation. The term fog computing came from Cisco and sometimes interchanged with edge computing. In simple terms, fog computing is an alternative but also complementary to cloud computing. So you may wonder, what's the main difference between fog computing and cloud computing? The answer? Data storage location. Unlike cloud computing, fog computing does not use cloud to store data. Instead, its structure is stored in a decentralized location closer to the device where the data comes from. Because the storage location is closer, the distance is shorter. And because the data transfer process is done locally, it's less complex. This makes the transfer of data using fog computing faster and more efficient than cloud computing. With cloud computing, you may encounter issues on internet connectivity, security, limitation in bandwidth, and latency. But with fog computing, you can bypass these issues. Let's see an example. With the growing number of Internet of Things Connect devices in smart cities, like homes, vehicles, meters, and so much more, fog computing for the tens of thousands or perhaps even millions of devices across a connected city makes it possible for all of the data to be quickly processed and analyzed in order to run these systems even more effectively. From road traffic, public safety implementations, waste management, air quality, and more, fog computing explained in 120 seconds. Thanks for watching. Please visit our website at www.120academy.com and follow our YouTube channel below.
So these are all the main source of fog computing. Increase of data theft attack and the security of user data is becoming a serious issue for cloud service provider, for which fog computing is paradigm which helps to monitoring behaviors to the user and providing security of the data has been user. And moreover, fog provides unprepared level of compute and security in the cloud and the social networks. The usage of cloud computing can be accelerated and the innovation process in way that has been never been before. Thank you to one and all. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to take over this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh, that you started nicely with the fog computing by representing some basic level of works that finally you ended with some kind of videos to know about the fog layer, edge layer, and as well as the cloud layer. So I think the students will get some basic knowledge on fog computing related to the presentation. Let me go for one step forward for the next level of presentation. Let me go for some additional demos that you can give it over it for the next level of presentation. That is really nice for the students to know about further investigation on the fog computing. Thank you, Dinesh, for your participation and make involvement of this particular program on STEM 21.0. And
thank you, sir.
The next participant, thank you, Dinesh. So the next level is I'm going to share about my presentation related to packet tracer. Okay, good evening to all for this program of Technical System 21.0 and to be presented by myself. I'm Dr. Jothish Kumar, an assistant professor and as well as an head of the department in Arunai-Computer Science Engineering. And today I'm going to take about the topic which is specifically needed over for the curriculum, especially for the third year students and as well as the students those who want to have some knowledge on IoT. They need this particular software. The name of the software we call as Packet Tracer. So Packet Tracer is one of the open source software which has been available under the part of the Cisco, and this particular software will give you the clean idea about the different OSI layers that whatever the students has been studied over maybe in the computer network, starting from the physical to the application layer, and what are the different kinds of transformation of information and how the data are passed and in what way the packets are being traveled, and what are the different protocols that is being identified in each and every layers. So all this kind of investigation that we can do for a simulation model that is able to done through the Packet Tracer. So I can able to tell you that Packet Tracer is one of the open source and a simulation tool to identify the network components and network aspects of information that is travel over around in and around the components level. All you can do for investigation through the Packet Tracer software. So let me take about some basic things about the Packet Tracer software that it's related to the Packet Tracer cross platform and as well as the visualization simulation tool that is being needed to design the Cisco systems and how the modern computers or networks to be identified. So all these things will be taken over. Even in virtual lab, which is coming under the part of an MHRD, they also giving some kind of an simulation tools, which is also identified additional to the Cisco Packet Tracer. So you can also go to the website I given over at the top of the left corner, like the vlab.co.in, which is called as a virtual lab which will, in what way the curriculum that the university has been designed. So all the programming structures and all the programming labs, all these kind of things, you can go for simulation level. You can do it over in the virtual lab. So even the Cisco package is also the part, and you can also go to the vlab.co.in for more information related to the system. So let I directly go to the demo part, which is related to the program. So in demo part, what I'm going to actually take it in the sense, we have a center of excellence in our department with the name of 4 center of excellence. Out of that, one center of excellence, what we call as an industry-based Internet of Things. And we are taking more kind of initiatives on the particular center of excellence, especially on Internet of Things, because once if we go for Web 3.0, that is the present, the current trend, what we call as a Web 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. And 3.0, which is mainly concentrate on cloud computing and blockchain technology, everything, and Industrial 4.0. So now we are in the revolution of Industrial 4.0, which is mainly concentration on the IoT applications, how IoT applications can able to integrate with the cloud and as well as in blockchain technology for the security aspects. So all these things to be made it. But one thing to be clear is we want to buy a component to test over the knowledge of the components, and these are all the things to be available. But Cisco Packet Tracer, the version that what we are going to take on today, is an advanced version which is coming under 8.0.1. That particular version will give you an opportunity to work with IoT components also in simulation. So that is one of an opportunity for the students to know about how the simulation model of the components, like it may be a luminary sensor, or it may be in any alarm sensors, or any kind of an ultrasonic sensor. So all these kind of components and some kind of potentiometers depends upon the home applications that you can develop. All these kind of activities can able to do through the Cisco Packet Tracer. So let I go to the demo now. So this is a Cisco Packet Tracer software that you are seeing now. And this particular software is been available with 2 kinds of levels. One is logical, that is what presently you are seeing over in the screen, and second one is the physical level. Okay. In logical levels, we can able to design the components where you can see at the bottom of the layer, there are multiple components available related to the networks like switches, routers, and it will connect it with an Wi-Fi adapters, it will connect it with laptops, it's connected with smartphones, it's having different kinds of home appliance. So everything will be available over in this particular Cisco Packet Tracer software. And especially why I take this particular topic in the sense, the students, those who want to start up an IoT, because some students have an basic knowledge, but they will tell you, sir, I want to buy the component, then only I can start up the IoT related activities. Not like that. If you have a simulation software with some basic knowledge, you can able to design this particular, and you can able to design and go for activities in this kind of simulation models. And based on the simulation models, then you can go for one step forward for the prototype model. Then that is become as a product. So this is the way of cycle that is being happened over to the development of an IoT. So in this particular Cisco Packet Tracer, you can see at the bottom the home icon. That icon, you can see there are multiple IoT devices that an appliance that is being available over to made it. For example, this is one of the air conditioner monitoring system that we can able to through the IoT system, and there is one of the fan that I can able to place it that can able to control by any IoT devices, or I can able to take any door to be open and close to be monitor and to be controlled by an IoT systems. I can take any lamp or a light systems that to be controlled by an smartphones, or that will be controlled by any particular systems. So all these kind of things can able to made it through the IoT. So these are the different kinds of an home appliance, like you are constructing an IoT based home appliance. So that particular moment of time, we can use this design model, and you can connect all these things kind of design models. You can able to know where all this kind of components to be placed in physical areas, and how this physical area components to be monitored and to be controlled. For example, if you are taking some kind of sprinkles to be available, whenever there is a fire extinction is made, or whenever there is a smoke to be detected, like a smoke sensor, that particular moment of time, I want the sprinkles to be made in the particular room. So that kind of activities that we can able to take through the simulation model. So this particular Cisco Packet Tracer is basically designed for the network designing models like routers, switches, servers, all this thing. But addition with this, now presently in the version what we are having over the Cisco 8.0 and as well as the previous version 7.0, and it is also available in 64-bit as well as in 32-bit. So students, don't worry about that. Only the 64-bit of an adaptability is needed. Even the 32-bit of an OS can also support the Cisco packet tracer with advanced version of an 8.0. So you can able to install this particular software in your system and work it out actually. So today session, I'm going to give two kinds of demos. One demo I'm going to give it about like the system which is not which is specifically designed for the IoT. Okay, so that is what one thing I'm going to do it. And just a minute, I will go for it. So this is one particular design that I been needed that you can see about. There are two IoT devices, IoT enabled devices are available. One is a fan, another one is a window, and these two things to be connected with a home gateway. Now we can see that the connection is being established. The home gateway is the one which is being connecting with the systems as well as with the outside of the world. For example, you can click over the home gateway that is also available over in the devices. At the bottom, we can see different kinds of gateways are available. Okay, and out of that, we can see about the home gateway, the tool that what we can able to identify. So that kind of things to be available there. So once you click over the home gateway, you can see the diagrammatical representation, which represent about Ethernet as well as an Internet. That is, Ethernet says that if you are developing an home appliance, all the home appliance will be connected with any kind of a wireless network or a wired network that is being taken care by the Ethernet. And Internet will represent about where we have a wireless technology with a Wi-Fi or an any WiMAX or a LoRaWAN. So all this kind of advanced level of method which is going to be connected to the wireless that will connect over the outside world. So home gateway is one of the centric point to connect all the home appliance to be available in the home, that to be commonly connected and finally integrated to the home gateway. So from the home gateway only, we are going to carry out our connectivity through the outside world. So you can see that like I've been connected with one smartphone over here. You can I am zooming and showing for you. You can see that the home gateway is being connected with one smartphone. So what I'm going to do in the sense, I'm going to control these two devices. That there are two devices available, where you can see about one device is your window and another device is your fan. This is your ceiling fan. It's an IoT based one, and as well as an IoT based window is being available. So these two things I'm going to be controlled by the smartphone, which is being connected to the gateway. Okay, so this is what the basic thing what I want to do. So what I done it in the sense, basically when you are going for this kind of connectivity related to the wired or wireless network, one basic thing that we needed an identification of the devices. So how the identification of devices will be made, especially in the networks in the sense, the identification of devices will be made with the name of an IP addresses. So each and every devices, IoT devices, which is going to be connected to the home gateway will be applied by one particular name as a unique name, which what we call as an IP address. So here we have two devices. One is fan, the ceiling fan is an IoT based ceiling fan, and as well as the window. And these two components, IoT based components, which has been available with an IP addresses. Where you can see that some kind of an IP address is being allotted when I'm making my particular mouse on the particular device. So what I am going to do in the sense, I'm going to control these two components by using the gateway actually, which has been connected with the smartphone. So I want to go to the smartphone and I want to go to the web browser. And in the web browser, I will type the address to the home gateway that I want to connect. So before that, let me understand what is the unique address of the home gateway. And go to the config. You can see about the interfaces, wireless or LAN, whatever it may be, the internet connectivity. There you can see about there is some kind of address is given for this particular home gateway that I can able to connect it over here. That is, the address is 192.168.25.1. This is the IP address of an home gateway, which is going to be control the complete home appliance which is connected to the home gateway. Press enter over here, where you can get an home gateway login. with an username and password. And the default, I already registered with the password name known as an admin and as well as an admin. Okay. Once I submit, I'm going to connect the smartphone with the home gateway. So now you can see about the home gateway that is being available with two kinds of components. One is your ceiling fan and second one is your window. So now I can able to control these two IoT devices using the smartphone, which I've been connected to the home gateway actually. So once I press the low button, you can see the difference over which is happening over in the fan. That I press the low button, the speed of the fan. Okay, where you can see the difference. I'm just power off the particular fan. Okay, so like this kind of basic things I can able to do it over. At the same time, I can able to open the door by control using a smartphone. That also I can able to use done through the smartphone. So you can see about the door is open and closing actually. Okay, so this is a simple level of work how the home appliance that you are going to design without any kind of physical IoT devices, how we are able to know that, how we are going to construct over it and TV monitor. Not only this kind of an activities, you can go further investigation on more number of things like I will go for some other presentations. Yeah, this is another one thing I want to share it to you that this is another set of network that in the previous demo I just show you how the home appliance of an IoT devices are connected and controlled by the home gateway, which is one of the wireless. And this is the example I just take about the wired. Okay, and you can see the left hand side, I've been connected all the devices by using one server. This is actually the server. What I will zoom and show you. This is a server, and we have an humidity monitoring sensor which is being applied, and this is your portable music player, motion detector, and webcam. So all this thing to be controlled, all to be controlled by the server actually. So I can go to the server, where you can go to the server config like a services or what is the specific name available. And the address of the config to be given over is 1.1.1. So I type the address, and again we'll go for password. So here you can see about which are all the components which has been available over here. There are multiple components which has been connected to the thing actually. And let I control this. So you can see that the camera which is being identified and in what way the camera is being controlled. Not only the camera, you can see about like a monitoring system as well as a motion detector. So when I make alt and as well as you can see the difference. When I make alt and move on the motion detector, you can see at the right hand side the green symbol is being activated, and after some moment of time it will be turned on to the red, because now you can see that it is turned on to the red. Now I make my mouse on the particular area, that is the motion detection. Now you can see that it's been changed to the green, and again the webcam. So now the webcam is being power off. Again I make power on the webcam. Okay, so like that I can able to go for appliance. So you can see that a coffee maker is one of the appliance of an IoT device that is being controlled by the server, which has been in wireless. You can see there is a red signal which has been available at the bottom of the particular icon is being powered on. So like this, you can able to control the home appliance using the wire based also. And in right hand side, you can also see that, sir, I want to go for some programming language because I want to be know this kind of activities, but I need some kind of programming knowledge with the IoT devices. I make it some kind of things listen, so that you can see at right hand side, I done two kinds of exercise. Like a carriage door is being available that is being connected with a microcontroller, and this microcontroller I've been writing at the top. You can see about one particular point known as programming. This programming is being available with two kinds of programming. One is Java as well as in Python. So you can write a code over here, and this is a code which I've been written over pin mode of 1 comma output. So the 1 is a pin mode that I've been chosen. That has been taken as output that I want to take it. Okay, and this output pin mode which I will taken over here, that will go for two kinds of action. One is it will go for 1 and 0, so 1 represent open and 0 represent close, and I go for delay of 1000 milliseconds. So after 1000 milliseconds, the door will be open and closed. That's what we can see over, which is action which is happening over here. Okay, so you can write a code in both Python as well as in Java program to code for it. As some students, those who are interested in doing some Python-based code with a microcontroller. So even no need to go for a physical components. You can generate like this as an appliance. And the same way I've been controlled one LED which has been connected to a microcontroller. And here also I've been controlling this microcontroller through the Python code, which is been connected over with the pin mode is the one which is been taken as an output. And we have 0 is the no color, that is black, because the color range will be varies from 0 to 1024. So I giving some colors like 100. So just stop it, again run the program. So you can get some different range of colors to be adapted over. Maybe I can change it to 900. I will check it out and run it. Some variations is happening over there. Okay. So likewise, even you can also design over the appliance of the particular code in case of developing an applications and writing the simple level of programming codes with an IoT based and to be controlled by the microcontrollers. So all these kind of activities that you can able to derive over in this particular actions, especially actually. So these are all the basics levels of works that what you can able to do it. And this design model is not only give you the design model, it give you some of the additional things like how you are going to the real time. See, in real time, when you are going, these are all the components which is needed for you to go for real time implementation. So this particular software is giving an opportunity for you to know how the real time components are placed, and to connect the real time components, what are all the physical and as well as the wired and wireless components are needed, in what way the controller which is needed, and what kind of programming support that can able to identify this for this particular program. So everything you can able to do using this Cisco packet tracer. So my request is you can go to this particular software, and if any request or any kind of a suggestion is needed, then I will provide you with some basic input. You can go for some basic model of design. From that, you can go step by step to develop an application. So I think that will be the right form. Even for the program of an IdeaCon, you can take it this as one of the exercise. You can construct a home appliance using a Cisco packet tracer. That you can show it as a demo, and that you can show it as one of a minimal level of an application that you can able to carry it out on this particular program. Okay, I think I given some good input for you actually. So try to utilize this input and make it one step to be forwarded. And thank you for making this one of an opportunity for this program. And this program is one of the consecutive program which has been taken initiative by the Center of Skill Development, which is conducted by the Department of Computer Science Engineering, progressively made it from the pandemic situation with the support of great support of the students. And I thank you for this presentation to take over on this particular session. Now I request the next participant, Mr. Dhananjarian, to take over the session on the topic what he has been taken, the good topic named to be called as a data visualization.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Technical Fist STEM 21.0. Today we see about the topic is data visualization. Let me introduce myself. I am S. Dhananjarian from 3rd year CSE department. Table of content. I listed in this slide brief about the data visualization. Among this, we see the theoretical knowledge about the data visualization as well as the real-time demonstration. So let me see one by one. Introduction to data visualization. It was launched in 17th century to understand the data in the form of graphs and maps. And then in the early 18th century, it was reinvented into the pie chart. In today's world, a lot of data is being generated on a daily basis. Sometimes to analyze this data for certain trends, patterns, and may become the difficult if the data is in raw format. Data visualization provides a good organized pictorial representation of the data, which makes it easier to understand, observe, and analyze. It plays a significant role in the presentation of both small and large data sets, but it is especially useful in large data sets. Features of data visualization. To competitive analysis, to ask the better question and make better discussion, to make easier in understand and remembrance, to discover the unknown facts, outliers, and trends. Introduction to NumPy. NumPy was created in 2005 by 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗃. NumPy stands for Numerical Python. It is a package for data analysis and scientific computing with Python. It uses a multi-dimensional array object and function tools for working with these arrays. Powerful n-dimensional array in Python speed up the data processing. N-dimensional array will called as ND array. It also has a function for working in domain for linear algebra, Fourier transform, and matrix. NumPy syntax. ND arrays. NP dot array of object data type copy, order, 𝗬𝗶𝗀, ND min object. It represents the collection of objects. It can be a list, tuple, dictionary, set, etc. Data type. We can change the data type of the array element by changing this option to the specified data type. Copy. There can be a 3 possible values assigned to this option. It can be a F for column major, C for row major, and A for int type. 𝗬𝗶𝗀. It returns the array will be a base class array by default. We can change this to make the subclass passed through by the setting option is true. ND min. It represents the minimum dimension of the resultant array. From iterator syntax. NP dot from iter. iterable, data type, count. Iterable. It represents a iterable object. Data type. We can change the data type of the array element by changing the option to the specified type. Count. It represents the length of the returned n-dimensional array. Uses of NumPy. It can be used for scientific and numerical computing. NumPy array takes a less memory space. It gives a better runtime speed when compared to other similar data structure. NumPy supports the vectorized operation like element-wise addition and multiplication, etc. It is work with large data sets. Pandas introduction. It was created by 𝗏.MC.Kenny in 2008. It is the important tool for data science and analysis. Panda stands for panel data, and it is core library for data manipulation and data analysis. It consists of single and multi-dimensional data structure for data manipulation. Data frames is used to create the data table. In pandas have three data structures: series, data frame, and panel. Series and data frames are majorly used. Series. It is used to model the one-dimensional data similar to a list in Python. Series object also have a few more bit of data, including in index and a name. Data frame. Data frame is used for storing data tables. It is a list of vector of equal length. It is a two-dimensional data structure. Is aligned in a tabular fashion in rows and columns. Pandas syntax. Series syntax. pd.series data comma index comma data type comma copy. Data. Data takes a various forms like n-dimensional array, list, and constants. Index. Value must be unique and hashable same length as data. Data type. Data type is D type is for data type. If none data type will be interfered. Copy. Default will false. Data frame. Syntax. pd.data frame data comma index comma column comma data type comma copy. Data. Data takes a various forms like nd array, list, and constants. Index. Value must be unique and hashable same length as data. Data type. Data type is a form of data. If none data type will be interfered. Column. For column label, the optional default syntax is np dot a range of n. This is only true if no index is passed. Uses of pandas. Fast and efficient data object with default and customized indexing. Tool for loading data into memory data object from different file format. Data alignment and integrate handling of missing data. High performance merging and joining of data. Time series functionalities. Introduction to Matplotlib. Matplotlib was created by John D. Hunter in 2003. Matplotlib is one of the most popular Python packages used for data visualization. It is a cross-platform library for making 2D plots from data in arrays. Matplotlib along with NumPy can be considered as the open source equivalent of MATLAB. Matplotlib syntax. Pyplot syntax. plt.plot x point comma y points. X points will be a x-axis. Y point will be a input data will in y-axis. Pyplot is a simple graph representation. Bar plot syntax. plt.bar of x comma height comma width comma bottom comma align. X. Sequence of scalar representation the x coordinate of the bars. Height. Scalar or sequence of scalar representing the height of the bars. Bottom. Scalar or array like optional. The y coordinate of the bar default will be none. Width. Scalar or array-like option, the width of the bar default is 0.8. Align. Optional default it will be a center. Pie chart syntax. plt dot pie of y comma labels comma color comma auto pct. Y equal to array like the which size label list or a sequence of string providing the labels for each witches colors, a sequence of matplotlib color arcs throughout which the pie chart will circle. If none, will use the colors in the currently active cycle. Auto PCT string used for label the widgets with the numeric values. The label will be placed inside the widgets. The format string will be a fmt% PCT. Histogram syntax. plt dot hist x comma bar bins x arrays or sequence of arrays bins the range of the values. Uses of matplotlib. It provides the excellent way to produce the quality statistic visualization that can be used for publication and professional presentation. It is used as a data visualization library for Python programming language. It provides a quite simplest and most common way to plot data in Python. Demonstration. Import numpy as np. Whenever I am using the numpy libraries in order to write the whole name numpy dot method name. So I just use the alias name of np dot method name. Next we see for the example. Like assign the variable a equal to np dot array of, we are inputting the sequence of integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now printing the variable a and also print the type of the variable a. The type of the variable will be a numpy n-dimensional array. Go for the next example. We are assigning the variable a equal to np dot array of, we are inserting the float value in this arrays 1.1 and 2.1 3.1 and assign the another variable b equal to a dot astype of int. In the astype of function is used to change the one data type into another data type. Now print the value of b and also print the data type of the variable b dot d type. In this place we are inserting the variable in float numbers, but you get the output will be integer values. Assign the variable a equal to np dot array of, in this place we are using the two-dimensional array 1, 2, 30, 10, 15, 20, close the bracket, and variable b equal to np dot array of 4, 5, 6 and the close the bracket, open the square bracket 7, 8, 9, and in this example we are using the VStack and HStack. In the VStack is used to concatenating the two arrays in vertical manner, and HStack is used to concatenating the two NumPy arrays in horizontal manner. np dot VStack of a comma b and np dot, and next print the np dot HStack of a comma b. Now run this. We see the arrays vertically concatenate in this place. We are concatenate in vertical manner. Now the horizontal concatenation will be concatenate in horizontal manner. In the shape of the NumPy array will be a 2 rows and 6 columns. Next example, assign the variable a equal to input, getting the value of set of integers, set values. Then print the type of the integer variable a. Next assign the variable b equal to np dot astype of a. Then print this astype of function is used to change the list or tuple or dictionary values into a n-dimensional array value. Print the type of the variable b. A variable type will be a set and the b variable type will be a np dot n-dimensional array. Next we import the pandas as PD. Data, assign the variable data equal to np dot array of getting the variable a comma b comma c comma d, and the s equal to pd dot series of data. Then print the series of the function. The integer values is assigned for the given series. 0 index will be a and second index will be a c and third index will be a d. Next we go for read the CSV file from the given path. D equal to pd dot read CSV. We create the path inside the course my file in desktop, so desktop /filename dot CSV. Let's run it and also get the df dot shape of. The df dot shape of function gives the shape of the read CSV file. In the read CSV file have 739 rows and 9 columns. Next df dot href. In the df dot href function is used to show the few rows of the read CSV file. If you give the values inside the parenthesis, that number of rows will be shown in here. I'm taking the COVID positive cases in this read CSV file. It have a column name, unnamed date report, country name, and new cases, cumulative cases, new death and cumulative deaths. Similar type, the Taylor function, df.Taylor function returns the last few rows of the read CSV file. Next we getting the read file x equal to np.array of df of, inside the parenthesis we get input the particular column label, column name. This function is used to read the particular column value only. It will read the entire column value of the read file. Now I am using the slice operator to minimize if the function I use x dot slice of 150th index to 195th index. Let's run it. Next, we get the new cases of the particular date values of the particular index values. Next, we import the matplotlib.pyplot as plt. plt.figure size equal to 20, 10. This function will display the size of the given graph size. plt.plot of d will be a x-axis d will be a date, and h will be a new cases. H will be present in the y-axis. R will shows the color of the line, and O will be a marker of the function. And plt.showOff. This much of cases will null cases are arrived on the particular day of the COVID positive cases. In the same data will gives in the bar graph also. Advantages of data visualization. Data visualization brings the easiness in understanding and increase the effectiveness. The ability to process information in easier or faster way to compare and make conclusion. Human mind learns faster from the visuals than that from the text or tables. Comfortable in implementation. Quickly create the interactive visualizations. Applications of data visualization. Healthcare industries. A dashboard that visualizes their patient history might add a current or new doctors in the comprehensive patient health. It might give the faster care facilities based on the illness in the event of the emergency. Business intelligence, militaries, data visualization in the better knowledge of geography and climate, resulting in a more effective approach. The cost of the military equipment and tools is extremely significant with the bars and pie charts. Analyzing current inventories and making purpose as need to India simple. Financial industries, data science, and food delivery apps. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Dhananjayan. I think you given about the clean idea about as one of the model for the students, especially in what way the presentation should be made, and cleanly taken about the visualization, especially while going for an online notebooks and the plotting the graph by using a little bit of some Python code. I think this particular way of a presentation we expected in future from the students level. Let's start with a visualization and start with some basic topics and how this topics is being taken in the demonstration level, and finally conclude with an application. I really appreciate the effort made by Mr. Dhananjayan regarding the data visualization. Thank you, Mr. Dhananjayan, for making this program to be a proper.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I request Mr. Akash from second year CSE to take over the session on ethical acting. Mr. Akash.
Good evening, everyone. I am Akash Kumar from second year in CSE department from Arunai Engineering College. I'm talk about ethical hacking. In this slide I attach introduction, ethical hacking, hackers and types of hackers, hacking process, required skills of an ethical hackers, what do hackers do after hacking, and the advantages and disadvantages of hacking's future enhancement, and finally conclusion. Introduction about ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is also known as penetration testing or white hat hacking. Involves the same tools, tricks, and techniques that hackers use, but with one major difference that ethical hacking is legal. Ethical hacking is legal breaking into computers and devices to test an organization defenses. Next, we go to see about ethical hacking. Uh, Independent computer security professionals breaking into the computer systems neither damage the target systems nor steal information. Evaluate target system security and report back to owners about the vulnerability found. Mm, Next, we see about the slide of hackers. A person who enjoy learning details of a programming language or system, and the person also who enjoy actively doing the program rather than join theorizing about it. And the person also capable of appreciating someone else hacking. A person who picks up programming quickly, a person who is an expert at a particular programming language or system. Um, the hackers have this kind of qualifications. Next, we go to see about types of hackers. There are three types of hackers. One is white hat hackers, and next one is gray hat hackers, and finally black hat hackers. Um, in white hat hackers, people who specialize in hacking, checking the faults of the system. Um, White hat hackers are those individually professing hacker skills and using them for defensive purpose. This means that the white hat hackers use their knowledge and skills for the good of others and for the common goods. White hat hackers are legal hacking. Next, we go to see about black hat hackers. People who break the networks and harm to the network and property. It is a illegal, like to similar to illegal hacking. A black hat hackers or crackers are individually with extraordinary computing skills, restoring molecules or distribute activities. This is black hat hackers use their knowledge and skills for their own personal gains and probably by hurting others. Next, we go to see about gray hat hackers exploiting a security to the attention of their owners. Um, these are individually who work both offensively and defensively at various times. We cannot predict their behavior. Sometimes they use their skills for common good, while in the some other times he used them for their professional gains. Um, White hat hacker is also known as ethical hackers. Next, we go to see about ethical hacking process. There are 5 kind of processes. One is scanning, another one is gaining access and maintaining access and clearing tasks and reconnaissance. We go to see about scanning. In the scanning, there are kind of some kind of scannings. One is port scanning, another one is network scanning, and fingerprint and firewalking. Um, in gaining access, password attacks and social engineering and viruses. And then in maintaining access, there is OS block doors and clear tracks. Uh, Clear tracer, this is involves modifying and corrupting or details the values of logs, modifying register values and uninstalling all applications used and deleting all folders he created. Then reconnaissance is a set of process and techniques like footprinting, scanning, and some other used to covertly discover and collect information about a target system. A person recruit skills of an ethical hacking. That is a Microsoft, Linux, firewalls, routers, network protocols, and project management. In Microsoft, skills in operation, configuration, and management. In Linux, knowledge of Linux, security setting, configuration, and services. In firewalls, configuration and operation of intrusion detection systems. Um, in routers, knowledge of routers, routing protocols, and access control list. In network protocols, TCP or IP, how they function and can manipulated. In project management, leading, planning, organizing, and controlling a penetration testing team. Next, we go to see about what do hackers do after hacking. Path security holds. Other hackers cannot iterate, clear logs, and hide themselves. Install rootkit. That means backdoor. The hackers who hacked the system can use the system later. It contains Trojan virus and some other and so on. Install scanner programs such as mscan, ms, scan, nmap. Use all the installed programs silently in. Next, we go to see about advantages of hacking. To catch a thief, you have to think like thief. Helps in closing the open holes in the system network. It provides security to banking and financially establishments. Prevents website defacements. And finally, involving techniques and some other advantages in ethical hacking. The major disadvantages in ethical hacking: massive security bench, unauthorized system access on private information, privacy violation, hampering system operation, denial of service attacks, malicious attacks on the system. This is the disadvantages of ethical hacking. And finally, conclusion about the ethical hacking. In the predictions sections, we saw the methodology of hacking. Why should we aware of hacking and some tools which hackers may use. Now we can see what can we do against hacking or to protect ourselves from hacking from other hackers. The first thing we should do is to keep ourselves updated about those softwares we are using for official and reliable sources. And the final point, educate the employees and the users against black hat hacking. Thank you. Thank you.